So I want something about 8 inches long, about 3 or 4 inches wide. It's not going to look at all like that. And here's some scrap walnut. And I think this will be the mate. This will make a good base. And then this piece, I think I will resaw into something thin. And we'll start from there and we will make it up as we go. So first I'm going to joint one face flat on both of these. I'm going to set my bandsaw to a 1/2 inch. And hopefully we can resaw this piece nicely in half. And then back to the joiner. The one face is nice and flat, but now this piece, I need to joint a piece. I think I'm going to go this side. And then some careful planing brought it down to around 3/8 of an inch thick, which should be enough. Now let's try to come up with a design to avoid all these knots. Actually, I first got to rip off the rough side. And yeah, I'm not even measuring. I'm just sort of going with something that seems okay. So these pieces have these knots in it, and I think I want to try to ignore them. I think I might just end up cutting it shorter anyway, so I don't think I need to worry about that knot. And I think I'm going to have it slope in a little bit, but not a whole lot. So let's... 10 degrees is like that. So when that misses, yep, that misses that. Then over on this side, 10 degrees. Goes like that. And then I'll curve it in it somehow. Let me think. The other one is 4 inches, so let's go with 4 inches. It's tough to make it symmetrical if you're just playing around like this. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off and think. Okay, I decided to go simple, and I'm just putting a curve in each corner by tracing a can, one on each side, and then I'll see if I like that or if I want to do something more. So, first I'm going to rip both of these at 4 inches. And we will take the 10-degree cut. I'm going to use the miter saw to cut these 10-degree angles because it's quick and easy, but you can also do this on the bandsaw or the table saw. There's lots of ways to do things. And then over on my homemade disc sander, I can quickly round off the corners. And a little bit of glue. And then we will put it aside for a few hours. Just a little glue squeeze out. And then I left it to dry overnight. And there we go. So the base is sticking out a little bit. And I'll take that down with my disc sander. I'm going to start at 150 and then I'll move to a 220 grit. Just going over the whole thing. I'm going to be fairly heavy on the corners because I want these to be very soft to the touch. So when it was gluing, it slipped a bit, so there's just a little ridge here between the sides and the bottom, and I could probably take that out with sanding, but I'm going to take it out on the joiner. I'm going to set the depth of cut to be just a little bit, and I think it helps that I have a helical head with some really new sharp blades on it. It actually took 3 passes to bring it down absolutely flush. That's how light of a cut it was taking. And I vacuumed it and wiped off the dust, and it's time for some finish. So this is going in the kitchen, so I like to use a polyurethane then because it might get damp eventually. I like this Minwax oil modified polyurethane. It says oil modified, but it's water based. It goes on really nice. It's kind of milky brown in the can, but it goes on clear. And then we leave it for 4 hours and then give it a light sanding and another coat, and then tomorrow another 3rd coat, a 4th coat if I feel like it. So here it is after several coats of finish, looking stunning. I'm glad I went with a fairly simple shape because the grain of the walnut is really the star of this show. So a simple design, and then you have some really nice wood to show off. So this is that one time where it actually pays off that I keep all these short pieces of wood instead of throwing them out. And here it is, stuffed full of napkins. These are just the everyday set, but here's the fancy companies coming over set. It's going to look great on the table. So in case you're curious, the story goes like this. I was sitting at the supper table a couple of days ago and I got the idea that I wanted a better napkin holder. Went down into the basement that evening with the camera and I had this built in one evening, couple hours of work. The next evening I came back down to the finish sanding and got a couple of coats of finish on. So yeah, if I wasn't filming, you could build something like this in a couple of hours. Quick, fun little scrap wood project. And that's it for this one. So as always, thanks for stopping by. I hope you found something interesting or enjoyable, and we'll see you on the next one.